Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. For the past hour, I've been busy recording a rant that I had originally intended to post on my Monday morning Old Guy in the Morning segment. And after reviewing it, I decided to maybe save it for another day. I talked about my frustration, which was obviously evident to anyone who watched my I'm asking for your help video yesterday. And I think I said it all in that video. No need to repeat it. No need to repeat it. I'm not really all that upset. Maybe I'm a little overly sensitive, but I have reasons why. But the most important thing is that I just need to have a little solution for how I deal with this. And that's my problem, and it's a personal problem. This cigar that I have here, this remnant of a cigar, is what was left after I got through that 1 hour long, and I'll call it a rant. But after considering it, I've come up with a different avenue and a different path to take. I meant what I said about just deleting ridiculous comments, and I'm just going to do that. I can't let what I consider the ignorance of such a tiny little percentage of the people that watch my channel, because I know, based on what you tell me, that I'm doing some good. I wish I didn't have to use evolutionary science as an explanation for why this diet works, but I'm not the only one doing that. Anybody who's watched Ken Berry know that it was that research into anthropology and paleoanthropology and evolutionary science that changed his life, changed the way he practiced medicine, and went on to help and enrich and change the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. And I say to myself, well, I wonder if Ken Berry gets all of these anti-evolution, pro-religion comments when he is one of the most religious men that I know. There is room in modern religion to accept science, especially science that has been proven thousands of ways. A big picture has been put together piece by piece with real evidence, not a lunatic conspiracy theory, but real people digging up real things, and scientific methods of carbon dating, potassium-40 dating, real understanding of geology and the shifts of climate patterns, the movement of continents, and how all of that coincides with a scientifically proven evolutionary story that makes sense. I've come to the conclusion that anybody whose mind is already made up because of their religious beliefs has a closed mind and just bury their head in the sand and don't want to know. Because in not knowing, they can continue, or they think they can continue to have faith in whatever version of creation or evolution they believe. I don't hold it against these people. No cigar music today, sorry. Next week. For me, in my life, I've spent a tremendous amount of time out of just sheer fascination and curiosity in exploring virtually every bit of science that I could find about the path that led us here. And I started this YouTube channel because after all that, I have a deep understanding, as does Ken Berry and so many other deeply religious carnivores, like Curryman, like Dante Ferrigno, people that are proud of their religion, but have divorced their beliefs from the story of how we got here. The two are not mutually exclusive. I've talked to many deeply religious people who have told me that there is no conflict between the science of evolution and religious beliefs. The Pope, I believe it was in 1976, made an edict where he said that the Catholic Church has no conflict with this evolutionary science. And the reason I talk about it and get my ass in so much trouble is that without the understanding of how we developed realistically and how our behaviors developed and why these behaviors developed, I'm handicapped in trying to explain to you why you keep falling off your diet, why you give it all up in fear when that doctor uses some propaganda to scare you. Without the conviction that knowing the source of all the propaganda, without having that conviction, you are almost certain to be scared away from this. And the reason I started this channel was not to become Martha Stewart and show you how to throw chuck roast in a slow cooker. I started this channel because over my lifetime I've developed deep convictions and insights about the reality of how we got here and how that journey through species after species of generation after generation has enabled and promoted these addictive tendencies that we all have. And it's those addictive tendencies that are responsible for the current mess that we're in. And that the corruption and greed that are so prevalent in human nature have taken over, co-opted that, and have become what I think is the greatest political machine ever invented by man. And we suffer, and our relatives suffer. Lose their limbs to diabetes, end up drooling in some nursing home when they could be living healthy, sharp-minded lives, which would certainly enrich our lives. Stop the agony of having to watch our relatives go through this. And it all revolves around the fact that the more you know about why you can be so easily addicted to certain chemical substances, that you will have the confidence and the knowledge of where the propaganda came from to look your doctor square in the face when he tells you you're perfectly healthy, but your high LDL is killing you, so we need to put you on medication that will screw with all of the fabulous chemical programming that you inherited through this evolutionary path. And in the name of lowering that cholesterol, sets you down on a path of all of the documented damages that come from not letting our elegant, genius chemistry regulate itself and do what it knows will ensure our survival and optimal health. I'm done inserting myself into this controversy. I never wanted to change anybody's mind. I never wanted to change anybody's religious beliefs. I'm just tired of being accused of being stupid because I don't believe the stuff that you do. I don't think I'm stupid. Many of you also don't think I'm stupid. If you want to think I'm stupid, far be it from me to want to change your mind. I've told you what I'm going to have to do with these comments that are just hurtful. And if that hurts your feelings, I'm sorry, but I have to delete these comments. Not because I don't want people to see them, but because they hurt my feelings, and I am a man of feelings. I have always been. I cannot change that. It's easy to tell me, toughen up. Sorry. We are who we are. Later today, I'm going to put a page on my website entitled The Science of Evolution. You don't have to read it if you don't want. You can continue your life believing what you believe, living in fear that just to be safe, I'm going to live this way. That's fine. Everybody has that right. Don't want to change your mind. But if you haven't been exposed to the science of evolution, I'm going to put links to maybe 20 or 30 fabulously produced YouTube videos produced by esteemed and renowned institutions, scientists, doctors, explaining everything that might make the case, even to the most resistant minds, that this is real. This is not just some theory anymore. This is a fact now, proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, but you have to look. You have to look. It's just a tiny bit of the evidence that I've seen in my lifetime that has convinced me of the reality of this, makes perfect sense, and fits into this huge big picture of how and why we are the way we are today, why we behave the way we do, why we're so easily manipulated by so many. What I'm going to do in any comment that I find to be just written out of anything but malice and meanness, I'm not going to delete those comments. I'm going to reply to those comments with a link to this webpage as an invitation to you to open your mind and consider a reality that you have been hiding from in the name of your religious beliefs. And realize that with the majority of religious people today, except for a few fundamentalist radicals, this has been accepted at all levels as reality. I think that's the easiest way for me to stop being aggravated by these things and frustrated, and let me continue doing what I enjoy about doing what I do, and that is hearing from you about the fact that you like what I do and that I've helped you, which is, in reality, probably over 99% of the comments that I get. And the reason why I work so hard and spend so much time reading all of these comments and answering so many of them. So no aggravation today, no ranting. I think I got that out of my system about 2 hours ago. But a realistic solution to protect my feelings and help me deal with the lack of knowledge out there without taking it personally. Because my main goal in life at 77 years old, knowing that I am way over that hill, my goal is to do what I know is right, that's unshakable in me at this point, that I need to do to be, number one, healthy, number two, happy and content in the knowledge that when it comes to me and society, that the way I live and what I do is actually a net positive. And however little change that might affect is change nonetheless. So to the vast majority of people who watch me, who enjoy what I do, because I do try to make it entertaining, I try to keep it from descending into arguments, unwinnable arguments, and exercise my innate black sense of humor at times. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support you give me and the way you make me feel proud to be doing what I'm doing. Take the rest of the day off now and eat meat.